Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I welcome all the distinguished guests from the media fraternity to the press conference of the DG NCC. I also take this opportunity to wish each one of you and your families a most wonderful, enjoyable, and most importantly, a most healthy New Year. We start this session with a brief overview on the National Cadet Corps. As you all know, the NCC is the most dynamic, vibrant, and the largest uniformed youth organization in the world. We are a prize services organization and we have a pan-India footprint. The genesis of the NCC can be traced back to the University Corps formed in 1917 to provide reserve manpower to the British Armed Forces which were fighting in World War I. It further graduated into the University Training Corps in 1921 and the University Officers Training Corps in 1941 and finally the National Cadet Corps on 15 July 1948. In 1949, the Girls Division was introduced to give equal opportunities to the girl students. The National Cadet Corps was also given an inter-services image in April 1950 with the addition of the Air Wing and with the addition of the Naval Wing in 1952. The headquarters of the National Cadet Corps is located in Delhi and is headed by the Lieutenant General, who is incidentally me. I have just taken over on 1st January this year. The functioning of the NCC in the 28 states and 9 union territories is controlled by 17 directorates, 12 of which are commanded by Major Generals and the remainder 5 by brigadier level or the equivalent officers. Depending upon the size of the state and the number of states, a directorate has 2 to 11 group headquarters for exercising command and control on the 825 NCC units. The training requirements of the NCC staff are met by our 2 training academies that we have, that is, one in Gwalior and one in County. 84% of our units are from the Army Wing, with the remaining 16% consisting of the 71 Naval and the 61 Air Wing units. Our vision is to empower the volunteer youth to become potential leaders and responsible citizens of the nation. There is very fact that many of our ex-NCC cadets, as you all know, our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, he is an NCC cadet. So is our Raksha Mantri, Shri Rajnath Singh. We have our Raksha Rajya Mantri, Shri Shripad Naik, also being an NCC cadet. We also have our former Chief of Army Staff, General V.K. Singh. We have Dr. Rehan. We have the happy Hima Das, as well as Mrs. Kiran Bedi and the actor Anupam Kher. Such people who have been in the NCC bear testimony to the vision that NCC is achieving its aim and objectives. Our motto is unity and discipline, and that is the cornerstone of the National Cadet Corps. Coming to our aims and objectives, we are to develop character, camaraderie, discipline, leadership, imbibing a secular outlook, self-led service, and the spirit of adventure among the cadets. Create a human resource of organized, trained, and motivated youth to provide leadership in all walks of life and be always available for the service of the nation. To provide suitable environment to motivate youth to take up the career in the prestigious armed forces. The strength of the NCC cadets, which was 20,000 at its inception in 1948, has grown exponentially, and the present strength is 15 lakh today. The girls constitute 13.84% of our strength. Today, the NCC coverage is extended to more than 17,000 education institutions in the nation, with another 9,000 institutions which are in the waiting list, which only indicates the popularity and the reach of the National Cadet Corps. Before I proceed further, let me give you an insight into the Republic Day camp. The most prestigious NCC camp, wherein 2,155 cadets participate every year after going through a rigorous selection process. However, due to the present COVID-19 conditions, a reduced strength of 1,000 cadets are participating in the RDC camp this year. Ladies and gentlemen, today's press conference is like a curtain raiser for the RDC 2021, wherein I will cover the important highlights of this particular camp. Today, in the camp, we have 1,000 cadets hailing from different parts of the country. 38% of them are girl cadets who are among the best youth in the nation. Over 1 month, we follow a very intense schedule leading to the participation of the cadets in the RDC parade. This camp culminates with the most prestigious PM's rally on 28 January, a spectacular parade conducted exclusively by the NCC cadets. This camp is perhaps the most wonderful display of unity in diversity. In fact, the entire camp is a small-scale version of our nation. A number of competitions take place during the camp, wherein all the 17 directorates, they compete with each other to excel in the various fields. The competitions that are held are drill competition, best cadet competition, discipline competition, etc. All these competitions, they actually contribute and constitute a significant portion towards deciding the Prime Minister's banner, which is awarded to the champion directorate during the PM's rally. During PM's rally, all cadets participate enthusiastically to display the exemplary marching skills. In addition, the cadets also demonstrate theme-based tableau, parasailing, as well as national integration through a cultural program. Having spoken about the RDC camp, I will now give you a brief on some key activities and list out a few of our achievements. The institutional training carried out in the Army, as you know, includes drills, weapon training, obstacle training, etc. In the air, besides the microflight flying, drill, skeet shooting, and arrow modeling is also carried out. Similarly, the specialized training of naval wing includes watermanship training, ship modeling, and sailing. A word about the youth exchange program. Presently, the National Cadet Corps has got youth exchange programs with 10 countries on reciprocal basis. We have Nepal, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Bhutan. We have Maldives, Singapore, Vietnam, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, and Russia. Correspondence is also on to extend this ambit of youth exchange program to other countries. The other countries which are being invited are USA, UK, Canada, France, and Australia. However, due to the present COVID-19 conditions, this particular thing has taken a back step. However, we are sure that when the conditions improve, all these 5 countries will also be sending the cadets for participation. Emphasis is laid on social service and community development programs, wherein the aim is to sensitize the youth to the problems faced by the society and help them to contribute positively towards solving them. Some of these activities undertaken by the cadets, as you are aware, are blood donation, tree plantation, food policing, Clean Ganga Mission, Fit India, and spread awareness about the digital India. You are also aware of the present particular scheme which is going on, Atulya Ganga, wherein we have our army veterans walking for such long distances along the Ganga for 8 months, and we have our NCC cadets which are supporting them in their endeavors. In adventure training, cadets are exposed to a number of adventure activities like mountaineering, trekking, parasailing, and sailing activities. These adventure activities inculcate a spirit of adventure, explorative inquisitiveness, develop stamina, endurance, self-confidence, team spirit, and esprit de corps amongst the cadets. Sports activities at national level. NCC cadets from all the NCC directorates actively participate in sport activities both at the state and the national level. Recently, Cadet Expansion of Bihar Directorate won his second consecutive national medal at the Junior Nationals Equitation Competition. He has also won the bronze medal in jumping. Senior Under Officer Ahan Kumar, ex-cadet from the Delhi Directorate, has won the gold medal in the Junior National Equestrian Championship in the country. NCC is now an associate member of the Hockey India, and from next year onwards, we will participate in the Under 17 boys and girls category at the national tournament. Online training. This year, NCC training camps and physical institutional training was not carried out due to COVID-19, which is understandable. However, we have digitized the entire training content and conducted online training for the cadets, the associated NCC officers, and the CGOs. Despite the restrictions which have been imposed by COVID-19, we were able to resume NCC activities, and I would like to list some of the achievements which have been done during these pandemic conditions. Exercise Yogdan by NCC cadets during COVID-19. The exercise Yogdan commenced on 1st April 2020. There has been a cumulative employment of approximately 1,35,000 of our cadets and 21,000 of our staff which have participated in this event pan-India. Activities which were taken were traffic management, distribution of food, essential items, queue management, social distancing, supply chain management, assistance to senior citizens, manning of control centers, CCTV control rooms, preparation and distribution of food packets, and preparation of face masks and the distribution of them to the needy personnel. These contributions made by the NCC cadets have been widely appreciated across the masses of our country, and many letters of appreciation have been received from the individuals and as well as the central and the state governments. I hereby commend the parents of these children who have come to the forefront and sent their children for such activities as second and third line Corona warriors. Tree plantation. A tree plantation drive was also carried out by us in the months of June and July 2020. The theme was in-house and in the neighborhood. Firstly, let us plant the trees which are within the close proximity. Over 3.5 lakh saplings have been planted by us. International Yoga Day. This was celebrated on 21st June 2020, but it was done online pan-India, and approximately 10.5 lakh NCC cadets actively participated in this event from their home, in the company of their families as well as their friends. Ek Bharat, Shrestha Bharat camps. These camps are conducted between reciprocal states, wherein the host state receives the cadets from the guest state, and various activities are carried out to foster national unity and integration. This year, due to the pandemic, Ek Bharat, Shrestha Bharat camps were organized online in 4 phases, wherein 65 online camps of 6 days duration each have been conducted, and approximately 5,700 NCC cadets of all the state directorates have participated in the months of July, August, September and October 2020. For example, the cadets of Bihar and Jharkhand interacted with the cadets of Delhi. You have the cadets of UP interacting with the cadets of Tamil Nadu. Daily interactive sessions, including cultural exchange programs, were organized between the paired guest and the host state directorate cadets under the various themes like Atmanirbhar Bharat, Fit India, New Education Policy, and Swachh Bharat. The latest Ek Bharat Shrestha Bharat camp is now being organized in the months of January and February and the theme for this is anti-corruption awareness. On the occasion of the Independence Day, Atmanirbhar Bharat campaign was organized pan-India from 1st to 15th August 2020. Approximately 3.59 lakh cadets participated and over 14 lakh citizens were impacted across the length and breadth of the country. Launch of the NCC Training Act. In view of the restrictions imposed by COVID-19, training of cadets was to a certain extent affected, as because you all know that in NCC the training is physical and mainly based on contact-based training. Since schools and colleges were not likely to open in near future, a need was felt that training to NCC cadets should be imparted through the use of the digital forum. Keeping this in mind, the NCC Training Act version 1 was launched by the Honorable Raksha Mantri on 27th August 2020 through an online ceremony. The act includes brief on the NCC, syllabus, pressing, interactive videos, frequently asked questions, and it also has the facility of queries by the cadets. I am glad to inform you that the version 2.0 of the app is presently under development and will be launched in the near future. Fit India campaign was organized by cadets from 15th August to 14th September 2020. Over 14.75 lakh cadets participated in a variety of fitness-based activities, and approximately 33 lakh citizens were impacted across the nation, to include the cadets, their neighbors, their family members and friends. Daily short runs were conducted by the cadets and their families and friends up to 2nd October 2020, that is our Gandhi Jayanti, and over 59 lakh kilometers was covered during this period. The National Education Policy Awareness online campaign was launched by NCC Pan India from 14th September to 10th October 2020. A total of 50,411 cadets attended 945 webinars on the issue. Over 1.74 lakh population was impacted. In the Swasthta Awareness online campaign, 5.5 lakh cadets participated through the medium of 850 webinars in the month of October 20 and impacted 15 lakh population through social media messages and posts. As part of this, an initiative was taken wherein NCC units adopted the statues of our national heroes in their respective areas. The statues were cleaned and maintained, and the awareness about these national leaders and their contribution towards society was spread by means of these cadets, that is, by Nukkad Nataks. They have conducted seminars, lectures, poetries, recitals, and explained the importance of the statues to the local populace. Around 2,700 statues were cleaned at 1,667 locations, and over 3,500 cadets had participated, and this presently is still an ongoing process. For spreading more awareness about this project through the medium of Twitter, separate hashtags have been created in Hindi as well as in English, namely Swachh Bharat, Rashtriya Nayako ki Pratima Safai, and Clean our National Hero Statue. You can go on to the Twitter and see these. The Constitution Day event was inaugurated by the Honorable Raksha Mantri on 18 November 2020 with the theme Ekta Hamari Pehchan. Monthly awareness drive was conducted from 18 November to 13 December 2020, along with the NCC Day celebrations with the theme Raktdan Jeevan Daan by our cadets at mass level pan India in coordination with the various youth organizations. The cadets participated in online awareness campaign, webinars and blood donation from 12th November to 22nd November 2020. Online oath was taken, poster was made, paintings competition, lectures by experts, slogan and essay writing competition were held from 23rd November to 29th November 2020. Youth march, foot policing, Nukkad Natak rallies were held from 30th November to 6th December 2020. 9.63 lakh cadets participated in the above activities, impacting an approximate population of 35 lakhs. Finally, the Constitution Day activities month was culminated with a cleanliness drive by the NCC cadets. Disaster management, flood relief. NCC cadets voluntarily came to the forefront and participated in the recent floods that took place in Kerala and Bihar by assisting the local administrative machinery to relief efforts and distribution services in the affected districts despite the COVID-19 pandemic. Disaster management training. Headquartered NDRF, New Delhi has agreed to conduct training on disaster management for the NCC cadets during the annual training camps through the regional centers pan-India for the permanent instructor staff at NDRF headquarters at Nagpur and also for associated NCC officers at OTA County. Now this is going to help our cadets, our staff as well as instructors to get trained in disaster management, and this will help in the professional enhancement in times to come. Blood donation. More than 51,000 units of blood were donated by NCC cadets during the NCC Day celebrations in the month of November. Gentlemen, when I say these contributions, remember that the COVID-19 pandemic conditions do exist and all these things have been done fighting through these conditions. Launch of the DG NCC Digital Forum. The Defense Secretary, Dr. Ajay Kumar, launched the DG NCC Digital Forum just recently on 24 December 2020. This digital forum, hosted on the DG NCC website, will provide a platform to the NCC cadets all over the country to share the experiences of various NCC activities. As of now, 21,346 cadets have already enrolled and registered, out of which 15,000 have contributed, and out of this, about 1,355 articles have been published. 1 lakh cadet expansion in border, coastal taluks and taluks housing Air Force stations. Now this is a part of the expansion plan which was just announced by the Honorable Prime Minister. He had announced the launching of this scheme in the border and the coastal areas on 15th August 2020 from the ramparts of the Red Fort. The scheme involves upgrading of 21 NCC minor units Army, 18 NCC naval units, 10 NCC Air Force units, and optimization of 32 NCC major units Army to enroll 60,000 Army, 20,000 Navy, and 10,000 Air Force cadets in 172 border tehsils and 92 coastal taluks. Approximately 1,100 institutions have been identified by the joint efforts of the NCC as well as the civil administration in the affected districts. Additional efforts are now underway to increase the recruitment in the border areas, coastal taluks, as well as the areas which have been affected by left-wing extremism. Having accumulated 1 lakh cadets in the border coastal areas and seeing the response, we have further carried out a survey, and I am pleased to inform you that there is an additional demand of 1 lakh cadets from these border areas, coastal taluks, as well as the areas which are affected by the left-wing extremism. Fully self-financing scheme. A new scheme of 1 lakh cadets expansion under fully self-financing scheme was sanctioned in December 2019. The scheme envisages enrollment of 1 lakh additional strength with no extra cost to the government. Here the institutions will bear the entire expenditure of the NCC cadets, that is to talk about the uniforms, the cost of training, infrastructure, clothing, etc. I am pleased to inform you that 44,000 cadet vacancies have already been committed and will be utilized this year during this scheme. The states have been asked to encourage the institutions, both government and private, to subscribe to the scheme. Incentives to NCC certificate holders. We are all aware of the incentives that are provided by the armed forces in case you are an A, B or a C certificate holder. Recently something very good has happened. The Ministry of Home Affairs has promulgated incentives to NCC certificate holders in recruitment in the Central Armed Police Forces as well as in the Assam Rifle. Various other ministries like railways, roads, transport and shipping have also been approached to provide the job opportunities to cadets which are holding the A, B and C certificates on the same lines as I mentioned, which is being provided by the armed forces. This, gentlemen, is a very, very positive sign. As they say, the army always marches on its belly. You cannot have any meaningful training taking place unless and until your logistics is good. A large number of strides have been made as far as the logistics field is also concerned. Presently now, the uniforms for cadets have been placed in the sense that the orders have been placed and we are getting a supply of 44 lakh meters of cloth for the cadets and the 30 lakhs have already been received. As regards shoes, orders are in place for the supply of about 4.14 lakh pairs of shoes. 95% of the shoes have already been delivered and the balance will be delivered by this month end. In order to increase the quality of the training content, 1,400 rifles of .22 bore have been ordered and 80% of them have already been delivered. We expect to receive the balance quantity by March 2021. Action for the procurement of an additional 393 rifles is already underway. As regards naval equipment, I would like to inform you that action has already been taken to provide essential training equipment like the deep keel whalers, the rescue boats, the enterprise class dinghies to make up the existing deficiencies and the training of the naval cadets progresses as planned. Ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, I would like to say that the pan-India coverage of NCC, its mass appeal and associated merits are universally acknowledged and needs no reiteration. We are committed to create a human resource of organized, trained and motivated youth who evolve into good, responsible citizens with good leadership attributes and traits. We will continue nurturing social integration and cohesion through multifaceted programs and training conducted in a military environment. We will remain steadfast in our commitment in our efforts to mold the youth of this nation into a cohesive, secular and disciplined citizens. We will improve training infrastructure and ensure completion of the ongoing 1 lakh cadet expansion in the border and coastal areas in the near future. In final conclusion, I would like to say that over a period of time, I see a bigger footprint of the NCC and its continued role in being a vibrant, dynamic, and the most dominant and largest youth organization in the world. The youth is our future and we have to continue investing in our youth. Thanking you so much for your time and patience. We are now open. I've got my team of officers over here for any queries and questions. And another 9,000 schools are in the waiting. As of now, when we ask, there are schemes which are available. You have the border expansion scheme. A large number of schools come into the ambit, so those schools are getting addressed. You have the fully self-financing scheme also. Those are the particular schools also which are coming. So it's going to be a gradual process as far as the getting the schools into the ambit of the NCC and to further enroll the cadets.
Right. Thank you.
In our organization.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. India is a big country and your efforts are lauded by everybody right from the inception, because NCC is a part of discipline which has been inculcated in the youth. So my question arises, because we have about 700 or 37 or 67 districts, and every time you hear in the news, there is one disaster or the other disaster. In winters, in rainy seasons, in summers too. So how far national disaster organization and the youth of NCC coordinate at some levels to nullify or to disseminate the awareness about sometime earthquake comes in the country. So what are the training which you impart along with the national disaster mission people, so that things can, move faster. My humble submission, if I have slipped your attention, please forgive me for that. Thank you, sir.
We already mentioned about, as you mentioned, in the sense that our involvement as far as our activities are concerned.
The coordination between the national disaster and the NCC, because your youth have been trained, if they add to their, national disaster, wherever they are, maybe in some numbers, so it will smoothen the flow of, the.
Absolutely. I will answer this question.
Thank you, sir.
In 2019, we had revised our syllabus and firstly we included disaster management as part of our syllabus for the NCC cadets. Having done that, we have tied up with NDRF through their 70 regional centers to impart training to our NCC cadets and the staff during the annual training camp. And you will be glad to know that this year in Bihar floods and Kerala, NCC cadets were involved. Last year in Bihar, Kerala, Odisha cyclone, Maharashtra, our cadets were involved. So wherever there is a situation of disaster management, today NCC cadets are getting involved and the training has been tied up. But unfortunately, due to the ongoing pandemic situation, on-ground training is presently not happening. But it is part of our syllabus and we have catered for our training as far as video training is concerned. And in future, this is going to be a joint effort of NCC with NDR.
The aspect also, if you, what I mentioned in my talk, you have what the General just mentioned, the training of our cadets in the camps, you have the training of a permanent instructor staff in the NDRF headquarters in Nagpur, and the NDRF people are coming to our OTAs, I just mentioned that, and the training are associated NCC officers. The only issue which you have to say is that how much, in the sense, yes, which is taking place because of this particular conditions which have been, but we are totally committed to this sort of a service to the nation wherein we can get updated. And what's more important is, when we do these courses with the NDRF, everyone gets this certificate on national disaster management, which is very important for each and every person. So it is serving a two-way process.
Thank you.
सर मेरा सवाल है कि जैसे कोरोना में काफ़ी संख्या में जो एनसीसी के कैडेट्स जो हैं पूरे साल लगे रहे, अब वैक्सीनेशन का प्रोग्राम शुरू हो रहा है, तो अब एनसीसी का पार्टिसिपेशन क्या होगा, क्या गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से अभी